Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Rich Tech, and in this episode I want to show you guys this special deal that's happening at Fossil. Fossil actually has some sales on their smartwatches, and so you can find the Generation 3 smartwatch Explorer stainless steel for $193 US. Now this was one of the watches that I was thinking about getting, and so I want to just review it a little bit, and you'd be surprised I actually learned why I won't be actually buying it. So let's go through it, and of course it's different colors and so forth, which I guess you could figure out on your own by just visiting Fossil. Now the reason why I'm reviewing this particular watch type by this particular brand is because this is an actual Android Wear watch, meaning that it actually has the Android OS running on the watch itself. And what that means is that compared to the cheaper watches that have their own Chinese made operating systems, this watch is able to install different apps, and basically you can expand the abilities of this watch as you go, as you wear it and as you use it accordingly. So the first thing is that the price is not bad at all, considering that this thing has it should have at least a dual core, but we'll get to the specs because we want to compare this one to the Generation 4, which also is available by Fossil as well. So I'm going to go down to more of the product details, and I want to say that this watch, even though it's a Generation 3, it actually has 4.1 Bluetooth low energy, which is great because it means that it uses about half of the amount of energy compared to the normal non-low energy, the one that is just 4.1 or 4.0, whatever it is. And this also has built-in Wi-Fi, so if you lose connection with your phone, it still is supposed to be able to download apps and so forth directly via Wi-Fi. It comes with what you would expect from an Android Wear watch, which is something with GPS, Google Maps enabled, of course, controlling your music and so forth. But there's a catch, of course, to controlling your music, because there's no catch in with the Generation 3 actually, but when we get to Generation 4 you'll see that there's a catch. Of course, the built-in fitness tracker. I'm not seeing it mentioning here heart rate monitor, so we'll have to go through the specs and see if it actually does that, but it's compatible with Android and iOS. I would suggest that if you buy one of these Android watches, I think your best bet is to actually purchase an Android phone. Sometimes there's a lot of limitations, right? So you can go through this, of course, activity tracking, notifications, interchangeable, blah blah blah, and as you see here, it's powered with the Android OS, and this is the main reason why I would want to purchase it, because I'm tired of these cheaper phones that don't cheaper smartwatches, sorry, that don't have the ability to install additional apps and features and so forth. And we can go down to this. Right, so this is is what I want to talk about, which is the battery life. Now this is saying that this wearable has an estimated 24-hour battery life. Battery life varies based on usage, and as you could imagine, if they're saying 24, that would be the upper limit. And so when you're getting a watch, generally speaking, you want this watch to be able to handle at least 24 hours, and this 24 hours could actually be possibly, because you see in the asterisk there, it means there's a catch to it. Obviously, the more stuff that you have on, the more you leave the screen on, the more you have the GPS on, those things will affect the watch. And so this sort of discouraged me actually, because thinking about it, it means that there's a chance that it may not even reach that 24-hour battery. Of course, Fossil is a good brand and so forth, and this is not a deal breaker for many of you, but this was the deal breaker for me. And going through it, as I said, there's a lot of nice features. I believe that the Generation 3 is supposed to be a bit it is slightly weather resistant, as you could see here. It says water resistant, wash your hands without fear, and the smartwatch will be safe and sound. And so that water resistance also sort of links with the microphone and the speaker. So this phone basically, I'm saying this phone, this smartwatch is going to be good because it comes with a microphone and a speaker, and you'd say, well, all watches come with it. Actually, no, it doesn't. So this will allow you to answer phone calls via the watch, and also be able to hear that person speaking through the watch itself, which is understood. And that is sort of the point I want to make as we compare it with the Generation 4. Right, so you see battery life estimated all there as well, and they have the different options which you could figure out there. Now let's go to the Generation 4 to compare them, right? So this is the newer one, this is the newer version, the Generation 4 smartwatch, and this one is priced at $199, which is about $7 more than the older watch. And if you go at the product details, because we just did that, we just looked at the product details of the previous one, we see that this one actually has the heart rate tracking. So this one has the new feature of heart rate tracking, which is good. And they apparently still have the 4.1 low energy, which is excellent as well. That's pretty much what the details are, and it says swim proof here. The other one did not say swim proof, and that's one of the most important things as well too, in terms of what is happening. All right, so let's get back into this thing now. So if we go through the stats a little bit more, of course it has nice stuff, and they're explaining all the heart rate tracking, the Untitled GPS, Google Pay, etc. Which is all this is what I want to look at. Is of course the swim proof and the battery life. As you see here, it says it's running the Wear OS, as I said, so that's definitely that was the tempting thing for me. However, as you could see here, and if I didn't actually research and discover this, I may have bought these watches and have a world of a disappointment. And the disappointment is this: the actual watch itself, while it claims to be, and it's supposed to be somewhere that it is water swim proof. See, it's swim proof here. Do you notice that they don't talk about a speaker? They only talk about a microphone. And this is the catch, guys, of these new waterproof watches, which definitely I would love to have a waterproof watch. But the problem is that the waterproof watches, especially these that are swim proof, they don't actually have speakers, so you can't actually make a call and speak to the person or hear the person back from the smartwatch itself. So you're still going to have to take back out your phone, and that's fine, but again, that was sort of the deal breaker for me on purchasing this right away. And also, of course, the battery life, which they seem to leave out as well, is also an issue, because if we look through the tech specs, I believe the battery life was also estimated at one day, and obviously that's not necessarily going to happen if you're going to be using all the different features and GPS and weather, and I think especially the heart rate tracking as well. They claim that would drop the battery life as well. So guys, this is really a very short review. It still is an excellent watch, but I won't be purchasing it right this moment, because having to charge every few hours and having to worry about charging it, at least if it was able to handle more than a day, maybe 2 days, I would definitely be interested in it. But I won't be interested in purchasing it even at this excellent price. It's a very excellent price for the watch. I wouldn't be purchasing it, but I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you could hit me a comment and let me know what you think. Is it worth buying? What do you think about it? Alright guys, thank you so much for viewing. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.